Welcome to Advait DevOps World. Let me introduce myself. I am Advait. I have 12 years of IT experience in DevOps. So my agenda of this channel is to make the subject as simple as possible and share it to the world. So today's agenda is to explain DevOps and understand the core concepts of DevOps. Right. So DevOps is a practice. Okay. So practice helps the collaboration between development and operations teams to speed up the delivery as quickly as possible. Okay, so before we talk about DevOps tools and DevOps practices, let's try to understand the core concepts. Right? So let's try to understand the core concepts. Okay, so core concepts of IT, right? So what are the core things? One is hardware and one is software, right? Hardware is nothing but physical devices. Okay, we all know. What are the physical devices? Monitor, printer, CPU, keyboard, mouse, everything. These are all which you can touch and make it break it. Okay, you can also break it. Those are called as hardware devices, physical devices. These are all hardware devices. And software, what is software? Software is nothing but collection of programs. Okay, collection of programs. What is a program again? A program is a collection of instructions, set of instructions. Okay, logical instruction. And what is instruction again? An instruction is nothing but it's a lines of code in your program, like system.out.println, import.sh, and if Linux command like make directory, ls command, all these are all instructions. Okay, collection of instruction making as a program, combination of program making as a software. Okay, there are majorly two types of software. Okay, we should understand here. Okay, one is system software. What is system software? Which system software is a type of software which runs on top of hardware. So on top of hardware, what will run? Operating system. What are the operating systems? Right? Windows, iOS, Linux, Ubuntu, Android. These are all the operating systems which runs on top of the hardware. Okay, in one word, it's an interface between the user and hardware. Okay, it's an interface between the user and hardware. And the second thing, application software. These are the software which runs on top of system software, on top of OS. Okay, so again, we split this application software in two types. One is web application and another one is standalone application. What is web application? Application, it's an application runs in the client structure model. Okay, client structure model. We are accessing some core banking website. Okay, we are all accessing website. So we are all clients for the software which is running in the banking company, right? So if you open citibank.com, okay, Citibank program is running in their data center. Okay, so we are all the clients. We are sending the request to the Citibank server will process that and send it back to the client. So these are all web application client server model. Okay, so and standalone application is nothing but which we install in the machine, which install in the machine and start working on it, like Notepad++ or Chrome browser or whatever, or any Java installation, Python, MSOft. We don't need any a server or client something here, right? We just install the required software and work on that. So in future, if you become the software engineer, okay, so either you will be working either this kind of things you will be developing in your company. Okay, either you will be the engineer to develop this system software, or you will be developing web application or standalone application. Okay, so these are the core concepts of IT. Okay, so right. So let's try to understand how a project comes for the company, how will they develop it, right? So let's take an example of Citibank. Okay, let's assume Citibank wants to develop their their develop software to make their business as much as easier, right? So for that they choose IT, okay, to make their operations as simple as possible. So okay, to automate that, okay, so what they will do is they will give some announcement. Okay, so we are looking for the people, we are looking for the company which helps us to automate our business. Okay, so by seeing that uh, many companies will start quoting and will start analyzing their business, and they will come up with they will come up with their own instructions, and they will all come along with their um what is it bidding instructions, right? Okay, so let's assume by seeing this Citibank requirement, TCS, Accenture, Cognizant, and multiple companies like this, right? So service based companies come up with their agenda, and they will come up with their budget. Okay, so they will come up with their budget, and Citibank will review all their budgets. Citibank will review all their budgets, and also they will also do the background check of that respective company, and they will set a deal with the respective company. They will set a deal with the respective company. It can be anything. Okay, so so uh, whenever they're okay to give that work, they will have an agreement that's called as SOW. Okay, statement of work, or okay, scope of work. Okay, they will have the SOW agreement between the two companies. Okay, Citibank and as well as service based company. So as soon as that agreement completed, then our work will be kickstarted. Okay, so there are two types of projects again. Okay, let me explain that. Okay, so there will be like fixed bid projects or time based projects. Okay, so when it comes to fixed bid projects, there might be some projects which needs to be completed within the time frame. Fixed bid projects are like a budget is fixed. Okay, so we are going to give $1 million and need the delivery of this software within 6 months of time. Okay, so if time crosses, okay, so it will be $0.8 million. If it is still delaying, right, it can be $0.5 million, and it is a fine for them, service product, okay, company. And so that's the reason we should always deliver the product, okay, on within the time frame. And there's one more thing, like just giving the service for the client. Okay? And so there are few projects like we just need to support the client. We just have to provide the resources, human resources, to support the client work. Okay, so how many hours will our associate support? Okay, that many hours. Okay, hours of how many hours we support, for that many hours, okay, client will pay the amount to the service based company. Okay, so that depends on the hours, number of hours. Okay, so it can be whatever project you will be going in future, it can be either a fixed rate or it can be a time based project. Okay, on time. And so before we go for the next thing, okay, let's try to understand SDLC, software development life cycle. Okay, software development life cycle. Development life life cycle. Okay, so what is this? Okay, SDLC is a software engineering technique. It is a software engineering technique which helps to track our activities, and helps to deliver the product on time frame. Okay, it's an engineering process. Okay, so So let's take a simple example. We want to construct a small house. Okay, so when you want to construct a small house, what we'll do, right? So we will, as an engineer, what he will do, he will analyze the complete site, whether it is in which structure, whether it is in circle, whether it is in square, okay, so on, so on, so right. So everything he will first, he will gather all the requirements from the customer, and where is the site, and how much square feet, everything, and then he will, everything he will analyze, okay, analyze, and then he will also design something, okay, so how many rooms you want, where is the kitchen, so on, so, and once this design is being prepared, then go for the review, and then once it is reviewed, then they will go for the real construction, right? Real construction of your building. Okay, so once the construction is done, and frequently that engineer, they will all their engineering team will come and test the quality, right, to make sure give the right product, okay, right quality product to the customer. Okay, they will also ensure, okay, whether it is been developing as per the customers requirement. Okay, so once it is done, then finally we'll be delivering this. Okay, we're going to hand over this house to the customer, right? Same way here. Okay, let's come back to the SDLC now. Let's try to understand. Okay, so once that project agreement is done between the client and service based company, okay, so they will follow this method. Okay, these are the phases. Okay, first phase is requirements gathering. Okay, first our people, our business analysts, okay, on behalf of the service delivery company, business analysts will go and sit with the client, and they will try to gather all the requirements. What are the requirements? And for Citibank, so how many transactions are happening, right? What type of clients are coming? Okay, how many billion dollars of business they are doing, right? What kind of reports they want, what kind of audits they used to do, okay, how frequently they want to generate the report, everything. Okay, and what type of loans are there, right? Well, what kind of features can be enabled through the online banking, and so on. So everything will be documented. Everything will be documented in the plain English. And once that is done, so that document will be the input for our architect and and our managers. Okay, so they will analyze all these things. They will analyze everything, all the requirements, and they will come up with the some analysis. Okay, where how many resources we might need. Okay, how much time we need, what type of technology we need to develop this. Okay, and what are the tools we might have to purchase for this one. Okay, so they will come up with the complete analysis, and what kind of, how many modules we might have to split this, right? So everything they will decide here, and then they will go for the design. Okay, design document will be in the flow chart. Okay, flow chart will be like, let's how it will be. Let's take a simple example. An ATM is there. Okay, ATM transaction start. Okay, once your transaction start, it will ask enter your PIN number. Okay, and it will ask enter your PIN number. Okay, as soon as you insert your ATM, it will ask PIN number. Okay, if it is correct, okay, if it is correct PIN number, okay, so then it will go for the next transaction, enter the amount, so and so, right? Once it is amount, then it will dispatch the amount, and finally this transaction will be closed. If it is not, okay, if it is not, okay, if it is yes, if it is not, if the PIN number is wrong, so then it will close the transaction here. See, you want a wrong PIN number, right? So that complete flow of their business, putting in the design, it is in a work or flow chart, right? So that is how the design document will explain it explains the requirements in a flow chart, and then coding. Okay, this is the developer's part. Okay, like it is implementing their design. Okay, this converting these diagrams into programs, star.java, right? So converting this design to program, and then testing. Once they have tested, okay, sorry, once they have developed, okay, it should go for the testing. What is the use of testing? What is the responsibility? Testing team responsibility is to make sure, okay, our product is, okay, zero bugs, okay, and bug free application. It is to make sure it's a bug free application, okay, zero defects. Okay, so they should ensure the 100% quality of that product. Okay, once the testing is being done, and they will give the acknowledgement saying this also product is working fine. Okay, they will give the assurance for the team, and once they approve, then it will go for the delivery or release. That means releasing the product, and our product is going to the live. Our product is going to the live. So first we started with the plain English, right? Plain English document analysis, okay, analysis, and then workflow, right? And then Java programs, and ensure quality, and then finally release. Okay, release is nothing but going our product going to the live, right? So that is about SDLC. So what are the SDLC methodologies? Okay, so what are the SDLC methodologies are very important to understand. Okay, so there are many methodologies. There are lot of methodologies in the market. Okay, so I'm just going to explain about two methodologies important. Okay, so one is Waterfall and another one is Agile. Okay, so there are two types of methodologies: SDLC methodologies. Okay, one is Waterfall and second one is Agile. Okay, so let me explain in a very simplified manner here. Okay, so waterfall methodology advises to go and develop the project step by step level, phase by phase. Okay, for example, you have 100 requirements. Okay, so this waterfall methodology, this says, okay, go phase by phase, okay, and complete all the requirements and deliver the project at a time. That means requirements gather, complete for all 100 requirements, and then go for the next phase. What's next? Okay, analysis, complete analysis for all 100, and design, okay, and develop implementation or development, and then testing, and then release. Okay, so what it says, complete all 100 requirements, okay, and for all the phases, and deliver it finally. Okay, that's what a waterfall model says. And whereas what agile methodology says here is, it says, okay, go phase by phase. Okay, go phase by phase. Okay, what are the phases, right? So what are the phases are very important here, right? So requirements gathering, right, and analysis, design, coding, testing, and release. It if you have 100, same example here, and this is agile. Okay, this is agile. So agile methodology says, go phase by phase. Okay, don't take all the requirements at a time. Take the priority requirements, complete that requirements, and and then go for the next requirements. Okay, go phase by phase. Okay, so uh, as for this one, okay, in the phase one, they will take 25 requirements. Let's assume 25 requirements. They will come up with the 25 requirements, complete analysis, design, coding, testing, release for the 25 requirements in the first phase. Once that is done, go for the next one, next cycle. Okay, phase 2, complete 30. Okay, I'm just taking numbers on my own. Okay, it can be differ from project to project. Okay, and company to company. Okay, so it can be 30, it can be 40, it can be 60 also. Okay, so what is the agile method is, it is telling is go phase by phase. Phase 2, okay, and phase 3, okay, and phase 3 remaining things, right? 45, right? Finally we'll complete all 100 requirements. Okay, so what is the advantage here? What is the main advantage here? Okay, so agile methodology is very helpful to welcome the customer requirements at any time. Okay, so if you can see the trend of a business, okay, businesses keep growing very fastly, rapidly. It's growing. In that case, that when the business is growing, our requirements will be keep changing, will be keep updating. Okay, today our business is started in US. Okay, tomorrow they want to expand their horizons. Okay, in UK, expand their horizons in Dubai, in India, in Pakistan, in Nepal, right? So when their businesses keep growing, requirements will also be getting more, right? The requirement will be keep changing. In that case, if you go phase by phase, complete all the things and deliver it, that methodology, waterfall methodology, will not help you at all, right? So to support all the new requirements, to take the new requirements as quickly as possible, complete the development, deliver it as quickly as possible to the customer, okay, we have to go for agile methodology. Okay, so you take this one, take this example, 25 are completed. Okay, in next phase, before coming for the next phase, they might add some more new requirements, 30 plus 10 also, right? So total 40 requirements can be completed in the next phase. Okay, and one more advantage here is they will also review this 25 requirements, and they will also correct it in the next phase as quickly as possible. And this agile methodology is very faster than waterfall, and it helps to interact it helps to have the more interaction between the customer and developers. Okay, so that is how agile methodology is recommending us to implement the project. Okay, so these are the core concepts before we go and discuss about the CI/CD and DevOps practices, DevOps tools, and DevOps technologies, all these things. Okay, thank you for watching. We will discuss CI/CD process in the next video. Thank you. Welcome to DevOps World. Thank you.